Oh,
Yeah,
we're
people who
live.
don't work on the
Welcome
floor.
to the Chrissy Chronicles. I am Crystal, and y'all want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Nikki.
I'm Gio.
Oh, you supposed to be shouting out y'all businesses. These are two business owners,
Oh, yeah, that's
so we're gonna put the
right.
businesses on the map. Black Girl Movement, all 2022.
Okay.
So go ahead, you start first, and then we'll move on to her. Make sure you shout out your Facebook pages. You guys like the pages, share the pages. Go ahead.
I am Nikki for Nikki's Nails, and that's
Yes, honey.
Nykee, not
Okay.
Nicki or Nikki, whatever. And it's Nikki, not Nike.
Okay.
My Instagram is Nikki's Nails, and my Facebook is Nikki's Nails as well.
Okay. My small business job, whatever you want to call it, I call it my second job, is Voice for the Youth. It's a youth organization. It has its own Facebook page. My Facebook page is Carter Giovanna, not Giovanni, with an I at the end. It's with an A at the end. So please, if you're looking for me, if you're trying to contact me, make sure you put an A at the end. And then if you also want to be a part of Voice for the Youth, inbox me and I can send you the link.
And what we hit 300.
We
right?
hit 300. Yay! Shout out. I'm telling y'all, 2022 is all about the Black women empowerment
She
movement.
part of the Masters Club too, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Soon to be PhD.
Okay.
club.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm working on my bachelor's, but
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
It's
get
a
where
big
y'all
deal.
at in a
I ain't
minute.
working on none of that. I don't want to be a nurse, and I ain't gonna be no nurse.
But you popping with the nails.
Right.
Everybody
Popping
got
for
a
sure
talent.
with the nails.
I feel like the worst thing you can do is not know what your purpose is. And I was just talking about this.
I struggle with that.
Me too, and I'm
I
still
still don't
struggling.
know my purpose.
I'm still struggling. You
I
know,
think
every
my purpose is to cuss people out.
That's not
Could
your
be.
purpose.
She could be a debater to where she could be argumentative.
You know,
People
my
pay for
mama
that.
said I should be. What she say I should have did? I should have been a lawyer or in politics,
Mhm.
and
You
that I
definitely
am
could.
defiant. She said it just like that.
You're defiant.
Defiant.
I don't get that from you. I get blunt,
Mhm.
straight to the point. Don't
Always
take
has
nobody's
been.
shit. I'm gonna try to keep this a little
I am defiant.
PG-13.
I am because
But
I
what
do
makes you
stuff.
defiant?
Because I do stuff just because somebody tell me not to. I do that a lot. I noticed that last year when she told me that I started thinking about it. I'm like, sometimes, or specifically when I was in nursing, I would definitely go against the grain on purpose.
Okay. Well, is it defiant or proving them wrong?
Defiance.
Okay. All right.
Well, if she admitted, then hey, you defiant. Maybe there's a purpose in
Let's
that
just say I
plan.
can be defiant.
You can be defined. Maybe it's a purpose in the plan. That's what I'm saying. It's a purpose in the plan. So whatever you got going on, I'm still trying to figure out what my purpose is. It's hard to do that because it's the difference between talent and purpose.
This is
Some
true.
people-
100% true.
You're very talented when it comes to nails, but is that your real purpose?
Right.
So I'm just praying for direction right now. I'm happy to bring my podcast back because I do like entertaining people. So maybe this is a part of my purpose. I don't know. Moving on. The topic is co-parenting after a breakup. And I have so much to say on this point. Like, I see so many bitter baby mamas on my Facebook page. Do y'all get a lot of that? Like, I see a lot of bitterness. I don't want to be bitter, but I'm going to tell y'all, I was bitter. I was a bitter
I don't
Betty.
know if I was bitter. I think I was more angry at parenting style
Okay.
than bitter at, and it wasn't even a breakup. It was like mine. I would definitely say it was parenting style.
Parenting style. Okay.
I don't see a lot of bitterness. The bitterness that I do see, it's not all the time. It's always after, just a very nasty situation
Mm-hmm.
where it's kind of like, okay, I done had enough. I'm finna put this out here.
But I feel like every time there's a breakup and there's children involved, it's a nasty
it's
situation.
a bashing.
It's a bad, and it can get like that because I'm not gonna lie. When I broke up with my ex-husband and we were going through our stuff, I definitely used the kids as a pawn. I'm not gonna lie, because I felt like that was something I could get to him to make him feel bad, like I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? But then I had to sit back like,
You was on Facebook.
listen, going in. And I'm talking about when I tell y'all growth,
said,
because
God.
I was going
Come on.
live. I was going after
Woo-wee.
the chick. I was going after everybody. Like I was ripping everybody's
You
head
was a
off.
hot mess.
But you know what? It take your mama or somebody real close to you to say, look,
You doing too much?
you look like the fool.
Yeah.
They sitting back doing whatever they want to do, and you sitting back here. You're mad all the time. You're on Facebook. You're cussing everybody out. I was bitter. Like I'm telling y'all. And it was coming to the point where I was getting overwhelmed because I never had a break. Because can I get the kids? No, you can't.
Yeah.
You with that chick? No, you can't.
So
no.
you caused your own
You cause
stress
your
and
own.
overwhelming.
Absolutely.
So what made you bitter?
Man, just the whole breakup. How it went down. You know, he with somebody else. I'm sitting here lonely. Oh, I done had your kids and this, that. It's tough. Like, so I get where women are coming from, but from experience, I'm like, you don't want to do that to yourself. You just don't want to do that to yourself because they be living their life. He was living his life. You hear me? Doing his thing.
Optional part-time period. I call that optional part-time.
Yeah,
period.
picking and choosing. And then you being that person that no, you can't see your kids, you allowing him to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So when you you get the
See,
kids.
that, I wasn't that way. And my situation was,
I'm trying to figure out where this breath comes from sticking out.
I always had people saying, like, I don't understand what y'all doing, especially his daddy. Like, you in Memphis, mind your business, number one.
It's always somebody in your business.
You talking to me and
It's
you don't
always
even,
somebody.
You're talking to me and you don't even talk to him, number two. But it was always like, I don't understand y'all situation. Like, why y'all just not together? Because we still lived together for like 2 years. And part of that was I didn't want to completely let go, and he didn't want to completely let go. But it was still like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
I don't like you. Don't talk to me.
tough.
It was no love there. It was love for him as a person and love for him as the father of my children.
Right.
And then it was also, and people say, don't use this as an excuse, but his daughters really are attached to him. And so, I mean, we were cool living together until we weren't, and then when he finally moved out.
That because you don't want to take your kids away from what they used to.
But when he moved out, they had another place to go. Cause I wasn't
about to do right. You ain't finna chill here in my house, right?
Get on, and they love being over there because they do whatever they want to do.
It's a different,
it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment. My kids took it hard though.
Really,
they took it hard because you think about you seeing your parents together every single day together, and then they go from my mom over here and my dad over here. Then when I'm here, it's one way. Then when I'm over here, it's another way, and that's hard for a kid to adjust. Because even now, if they go with him for a few days, I got to whip them back in shape because it's two different.
Yes.
And that's why I feel like as co-parenting, y'all got to be on the same page.
Yes. That's what I mean about parenting styles. Parenting styles is different because with my son, he know dad is whatever you ask for, you're going to get. Like Carter can say that I want a crab bowl with this. His crab bowl alone will be $100. All right. So let me go order it. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Or, you know what I mean? Like it's fun time.
Yep.
And then we know that with men, they don't really have to, pound down the rules and because they already like scared of them anyway, in a sense. Yeah. But with me, it's completely different. Like, it's like, you're not getting all that. It's more structure where going over dad's house, it's the fun house.
And this is, I don't even want to cut you off, but this is where the tables have turned. It's like the moms have taken the roles of the dads. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun at dad's house, but then when I come back to mom's house, it's strict. Yeah. And I'm like that. 9 o'clock, turn in the game. Where your phone's at? Where this, where that? When he worked third shift, they get to do what they want to do because he gone. You know what I'm saying? Or he sleep during the day. So they know how to play it. So now all my boys we going to dad's house. Yeah. So then when I'm getting the emails like, such and such ain't turning this and that, we've gotten to a point where we communicate better. You know what I'm saying? I could call him like, hey, your son ain't turning his homework. He shouldn't be on the game. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you have to work together.
Yeah,
You
I
just gotta
definitely
work
say
together.
the communication piece has to be there.
It ain't
Because
easy.
because he had Carter during the whole first round of COVID and virtual and stuff like that, because I was transitioning of jobs, and he naturally thought it was gonna be a piece of cake. Like, you know what I'm saying? My little dude with me, like, he know. Shit, them teachers got the call.
Listen,
I'm like, don't call me, call him. And he like, why you keep getting up, man? Like, you know, now you see what I'm talking about.
See what
it's
I'm
a big
dealing
difference.
Yep.
Now let's figure this out. So then, like, that's where that communication piece came in there, because it was like, quit yelling at him. Why you yelling? Quit doing that. Quit doing. Now you understand.
Now
why
you
it's
understand
there.
why? Because I'm dealing with this 24/7, and you doing it whenever. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no shade, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna effectively parent this child, we need to be on the same page.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you're gonna have them for 1 day or 10. This is how we do stuff at home. So if you don't implement that at your house, when he come back, I gotta redo everything I just instilled in this boy. So it's tough. I mean, but as far as the bitter baby moms, like, I don't think I've gone to a super extent where I'm like, you know, saying, like, I've heard some things like accusing the daddy of raping.
Yeah, I seen
accusing the daddy of abusing, accusing the dad. And I'm like, dang, you got that much hate for that man that you will literally destroy him as a person. And I tell my kids all the time, you get to an age where you know what's going on, whether or not, you know, the truth gonna come out. The truth is gonna come out, period.
And you definitely ruining that man's reputation, not only with, like, in his family, the public, within his children. That opens up a whole nother door.
It is
for the children itself. And then it's like based on lies, unhappiness.
Right.
You're miserable because, and I truly
you're making your children miserable.
Right. Yeah. But I truly believe that people grow apart.
And that's true.
Like with Nikki's, hers is, we have love for one another. They didn't want to part. That's why they lived together. They had love for one another, but it was like, we ain't there still.
Right.
But I still have love for you. People grow apart until they no longer want to be in the same space anymore. But it's like, I still love you, my guy.
I still love you.
And people do grow apart. And then that's when you have to figure out, okay, we got these kids.
Right. What we gonna do? Because now, and then my mom used to say this, when you have kids, it ain't about you no more. It's
true.
About how you can effectively raise these kids without, and I've taken my kids, they've seen so much drama, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, I was young. They had to see some stuff. I was young. And when I tell y'all, I used to wow out. And I know they was looking at me like, she crazy. But I can admit that now because I've grown from it. Right. But I'm just like, and I tell my kids all the time, like, yo, listen, when you have kids, it's not about you no more. Everything you do from that point on is about your child. So the way I interact with your dad, it should be all about you. It has nothing to do. But now we at a point where our kids are old enough, so we really don't have to communicate unless it's something major. You know what I'm saying? And I can definitely say we on a good page right now. I can definitely say, I can call him like, hey, take that phone because such and such is doing this. Yeah. And we can, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't easy. I'm telling y'all, it took years to get to this point. So I'm trying to understand why them bitter baby mamas do the stuff they do. But then I'm like, you taking it a little too far though, with the rape allegations. And I'm just like, is it that serious that you want to be with this man? Right. Why would you even want to? And I tell people all the time, relationships come in cycles. And sometimes you all in love. The other times you don't want to deal with the person. Just like in a marriage, it's cycles. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it be love. You can lustfully love somebody.
You can lustfully, absolutely.
And also, you know, it may not be about wanting to be with that person in any type of way, but being bitter because of hurt that you can't let go of.
Right. And that's the thing too. It's hard to separate it. It's hard to separate it because you looking at this kid, he looked just like his daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, but I'm trying to figure out a way to tell, you know, I don't know. These girls, I be reading stuff like, was I this bitter? Was that me? And I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I can put myself in a position to help women. Like, girl, it ain't, life goes on. It's gonna get greater later. That's my saying now. It's gonna get greater later.
But it comes with maturity too, though.
It absolutely do. And you have to, but at the same time, when stuff like that happens, you deserve better. You deserve better. You have to know that you deserve better, though. You know, because this all woe is me. Listening to Fantasia, eating snacks.
Listen,
Ain't took a shower in 3 days. Making the kids eat noodles all week. You don't want to do nothing. You just love sick.
Fantasia and Destiny Child. Fantasia's song, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Listen, on
Go ahead and
blast.
free yourself.
Or,
Listen.
hold on, what about the Baby Mama song? Blasting it. Just sick.
No, I was
for
listening
nothing.
to Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh.
I bust your windows out your car.
Yep,
No.
that's her. Yep.
Well, no. What album was that? I think it was the one before this last one. You know, it took her a minute.
Not
to
the
come out.
hotels, because the hotels are something else. Have
No,
you heard
the
that
one
one?
before that.
Yeah, I love that one too.
And I think like previous breakups, because I only have one child, and previous breakups is the reason why I don't listen to slow music. Because
Really?
it kept me
Music will
in.
trigger you.
Music is a trigger.
Absolutely.
And that's why I don't listen to like that's why I be thugging, throwing up my gang
But
signs.
I tell
and
my kids this all the time. Your mood is really based
on the
around what
music.
you listen
Yes,
to.
absolutely. I teach that.
Absolutely.
I teach that.
Absolutely. And I tell people all the time, because my daughter's like, wow, you got all this music downloaded. It's sad. Girl, I was going through a breakup for 2 years.
Mhm.
I'm talking about somebody living their life. I'm still in the breakup. That's why I was like, nope, you got to free yourself first.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you'll be okay. But I was just living in it, y'all. When I tell you I was living just cry like my
I vowed to myself, like I ain't never gonna cry
Nope.
in front of another dude
That's
again
right.
because they used me
Yes.
and they took that for granted and this. Like when I had Carter
Mhm.
in labor, full blown labor, 27 hard hours of
Girl,
labor.
27, Lord, that's why I had so many
And when
kids.
them
My labor was an
contractions
hour.
hit, his daddy was in the room. I was straight faced, Don. So he
Mm.
wouldn't see me cry. I'll ask him to step out the room. Soon he step out, I'm screaming, hooping, howling, crying. So when he walk in, I was,
She was
like
hell-bent
not
on
to
it.
let another man see me cry because previous relationships took that for granted and like
Took that
laughed
for
in my
granted.
face like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna apologize, which was still by choice with me. Like, and you'll be all right. I'm a thug. I don't cry
And
no
see,
more.
and it's so sad
I
because
never really
relationships,
cried.
you know, now I can't cry. I ain't got a
was
tear to
niggas with
cry.
rooms.
I don't have a tear to cry because I didn't cry. Listen, I think we got married at 20,
See,
and I think I cried for 17 years. I don't have a
Really?
tear. I don't have
I'm
a
not
tear.
crying.
I was so super emotional to everything. It could be
Mhm.
something small, and I just felt like, and you know, I felt like God was like, okay, this is why I'm removing this relationship because you loved him more than you love me. You need to get your priorities together. I'm talking about snot and crying. Now I couldn't cry if I wanted to.
Me
I
sitting there,
couldn't-
how them kids
I
be
ain't
doing.
got a well. Look,
Trying
I
to
ain't
squeeze
this
them
well.
tears
What
out.
they say, this well is dry. I don't have
Yeah,
a tear left,
I
and
agree.
now it's so hard because even if you know relationships now, I'm just like whatever. I got this mentality. That's what you
Swear
want to
to God.
do. And now I come off as nonchalant because it's like, why do I want to put
And that's-
myself back in that?
You
That's
don't
why I
even
ain't got
care.
no man.
Yeah, why do I want
You
to put
don't even
myself
care.
back in that bubble? I don't want to put myself back in the bubble where you had me so far gone, and then you could be like, "Fuck, I'm gone," and then I'm back at square. I can't do that to myself
Yep.
because my peace means so much more to me now. I'm just like, whatever you want to do.
I just
Oh, what you
had that
doing?
conversation
Sitting on the
with
couch
my
watching
friend.
TV? You know? Oh well, we ain't. Whatever. I'll be right here. I'm at home. I'm chilling with my
I literally
kids.
just had that conversation. Like, why am I single? And they like, because you too mean.
It
Like,
ain't even
you,
that though.
You too much like a dude. Like, it's not. It's
It's
just
not.
like, okay,
You
what
have
we doing?
Boundaries.
And you have your peace, and you don't want nobody to come in and that's the thing. When you get in a relationship, I don't care if it's boy or girl, boy, boy.
Right.
That messes up what you got
It
flowing
does.
because
It
you have
really
to
does.
implement another personality, another
Mhm.
person's whatever they got going on. That becomes your problem.
Mhm.
It ain't his problem. No, it's our problem.
I'm beating up my
Yeah, and that's another. We're gonna get to that too about these mamas enabling these sons because I be like, really? I've turned so many dudes down. I live with my mom.
Well,
And this,
you
that,
know
and the
how to go.
other.
But what's the saying? Their loyalty, their family, their loyalty is with their son or their daughter. And so
Absolutely.
they don't owe us nothing.
Absolutely.
But hey, you the only
absolutely.
girl that my son ever bring around.
And I can't be that mama. I cannot be that mama. You having problems with your woman? Go to your house. You're not bringing that to my house. I can't be that mama. I've learned so much. I was just sitting down taking notes. Like, this is what I'm not gonna do. I can't do this with my son. You do something, you gonna own up to it. I'm not finna be in your business. As a grown man, I ain't finna be in your business.
Mama.
I just be looking like, This is what's
See, I
wrong with
never
these
had
black
to deal
men.
with that because unfortunately his mama passed in the very beginning.
Mm.
So I didn't have to deal with any of that. And plus he's not close with his family at all. So I didn't have to deal with no sister.
Wow.
Lucky you.
But he got 4. How many brothers you got?
I have 4 brothers.
And he got to deal with those.
Right.
No, they'll be in my business because they know I can take care of my own shit.
I agree with
That
that.
is true.
I
She
agree
definitely
with that.
can.
She can.
Without a doubt. I wouldn't even want
She
to.
can. And that's what I learned too. If you're in a relationship, you got to keep people out your business. Because you telling people your business, then you go back. So you look like the fool. So then people like, well, I'm not finna get involved. You're going to be back with that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You just
so,
causing more friction.
causing more friction and drama for nothing.
Because they come to Thanksgiving dinner.
Because you know if he come over there and rub your feet the right way, y'all back together. So keep folks out of your business.
Dropper.
I can't deal. Baby, you got my chicken, really? You got it. Ooh, you got me some rice
Listen,
too.
let
Just
him
the
come
way
over
I
here with my
like it.
Starbucks.
Right. You brought
come with my
rice and butter too, just the way I like it. Okay, come in. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Just
I didn't
keep
even
stuff to
need no
yourself.
Starbucks.
And this is
But
why
come
I
on.
appreciate it. My sister been married forever, literally forever. And one thing I can say, she didn't keep nobody in her business. She I would never know what was going on in their house because she kept their stuff to. And I was like, this is the key to a relationship. Keep your stuff to yourself. Unless you're getting beat up or something, keep it to yourself.
But
Don't
even
be so
then,
quick to put
Not
people
to
in
say
your.
keep that to yourself, but even like in domestic relationships, I definitely feel like, okay, listen, keep your hands to yourself. But I think in regards to like relationships overall, same thing that we tell our kids, what happens in my household stays in my household.
I definitely, and I don't agree to that to a certain extent. You know, I was just reading something about all these kids that have been molested or raped or anything, and that is something their mama told them. You know, if it ain't hurting you, you shouldn't be going around to. But why are you telling your kid that? If that's something that's gonna mess your kid up, why are you telling them to keep that in the household?
My kids tell all my business. They don't care.
And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. But if something is going on, and my kids are too, if somebody brush up against you and you feel it's weird, you come tell me.
And that's exactly what I teach.
Yeah,
my son to a T. But instilling all I do and solve, my household is my household.
it's hard. It's hard to balance that because my kids too, they'll tell everything that's going on.
Yes, Carter definitely does.
If I break a toe, everybody got to know about it. And I told them like, dude, you don't have to tell everything. But if you feel like it's something that's gonna put you in harm's way, then you come tell me. Don't make nobody make you feel like, oh no, you keep that in the house. No, you tell me. Because there's so many kids out here being touched, especially at churches.
Yeah.
Churches. I was reading about the choir boys and all that stuff that was happening at them Catholic churches.
That's the time where I'll be sitting in jail. I was an officer. You know, I'll sit there happily.
Was you an officer?
I'll sit there happy somebody do something to my child.
Mm-hmm.
Sit there happily. Good morning. How you doing? Happily. You're not gonna cause harm on mine.
No, that's right. That's just something I feel like as a parent, your job is to protect your children by all means. You know what I'm saying? Are these kids these days spoiled? Yes, they are. My son asked me, could I fly him to see his girlfriend? She lives in New York. He's 15. So you want me to fly you so you can have a rendezvous? I said, what in your right mind make you think you can ask me to buy you a plane ticket to New York?
They bold.
It's just like, what? And then he was like, you told me I can ask you for anything, yeah, but not to go get
Let's be within
reasonable. Be
reasonable.
You 15? What you mean? Can I fly you out to go see a girl in New York? Girl, I cannot make it up. I was looking at him like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I want to go spend a weekend.
He was for real.
He was dead for real. You on punishment for asking me something like that.
I said, go to your room. And he going through a stage right now. He got these little twigs in his head, and I'm just like, okay, well, he's going through puberty, so I get it. But I'm like, dang, dog, a whole ticket to New York? Let me go first.
Okay.
Let me go take a, and you want to go on a rendezvous. I say, well, where you going to stay? I stay in the room with her.
I bet you ain't.
I said, so what type of parent would I be if I let you fly to New York?
What
by
type of parent
yourself?
would her parents be?
Exactly.
To be accepted
And
of
the
that.
sad part, the mom's probably like, yeah, come on, baby. Nah, not mine.
Take you to the Bronx.
Nah, because I told them, first of all, I just had a kid. I ain't finna be nobody's nana.
I'm not listening.
You better get out of here.
Nobody's
I'm not finna be a meme-mom.
I
Not
know
yet.
That's right.
I'm not ready for that. I got a 1-year-old as it is. I'm not about to be no meme-mom. You gonna make him a 1-year-old uncle.
I know
No.
That's right.
We we not finna do that. These kids are nuts. I'm telling you, but I don't know. Do y'all have anything for the bitter women? I thought we could make a platform. Maybe we need to showcase something that these ladies can come vent. Because
Well,
at this point, you got to let it go. I real life have a Facebook friend, and she accused him of raping his daughter.
I think that is sick.
What would make you
Be that angry though? Is it because he moved on, or is it because he just like, I'm done with you? And breaking up though is like, outside of cheating and dealing with other women or other men in a relationship, there are other reasons why people break up. Like, you're just not it anymore.
That's what it is. I mean, are you mad about it? And it's okay to be mad, but dang, this is what I've learned. If I'm in my feelings right now, ain't nobody gonna know I'm in my feelings. I'm gonna go home and cry.
Mhm.
I ain't finna let y'all see me all messed
I'm
up.
not coming up out of character for nobody.
Like, come on. The most y'all see me is on Facebook. Y'all ain't see me out in public acting no fool. I was right at home in my pajamas acting a fool. But it's just like y'all get on Facebook with this stuff. You know, y'all putting people in on the plan. How evil can you be?
Mm-hmm.
And then your daughter gonna get of age, and then she gonna hate you because she gonna find out the truth. Once you get to a certain age, you can't protect your kids forever. They gonna find out the truth. They gonna want to know what happened. Why wasn't my dad around and my mom around? Like, is it that serious?
And would it be wrong for him once it come out that it's a lie? Would it be wrong of him as a man and a father to press charges on her?
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Like, would it be wrong? Because that is obstructing the law.
That
is a crime. And depending on what they're trying to charge him with, going into criminal justice, depending on what they're trying to charge him with, it's a felony crime. So obstructing the law can also be a felony crime of what you just did.
I would highly suggest him press charges because that's just.
And then you also have to think about how that affects the father wanting to be alone with the child. Because it's like, am I going to get accused of this again? You know, what are people going to think? You have to think about that too. And most people who do things like that, they're not looking down the line. It was a situation on the Shade Room recently.
Would Ayala fix my life? Did y'all see that one?
No, it's
Girl,
somebody else. I
listen.
don't know who these people are. You know, the Shade Room be broadcasting people you don't know nothing about. But I guess he was some type of rapper. And
Kodak Black.
No, not him. It's
I'm about to
somebody
say the one that
else.
look like a monkey.
Yeah, because he was kissing his son. He kissed his mama.
See, that was something else.
Dancing on his mama's butt.
This situation, the lady was all over the internet saying he did, you know, this and that to the child. They ended up, you know, going to court, taking lie detector tests.
See,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
she smeared him, and come to find out she was lying.
See, and that I don't know if this is the same
And she should
situation,
go to
but
jail.
Ayala had a man on there, and it was 3 girls, and the mom had accused him of raping all 3 of the girls, and was telling the girls like, "You can't be with your dad. He touch on you. He raped you." So of course, in their mind, they believe in it, and the whole time she was lying. Then when I guess she gave him a lie detector, and it came back that she was lying. She gonna say, "Well, you should have fought harder to get your kids." Are you mentally ill?
Yes.
Are you mentally ill?
Yes.
You didn't made now these girls are grown. They already messed up because you didn't told them for years and years and years that you took them away from their dad. Then you gonna yell at him and tell him he should have tried harder to get him? What? How you that old and bitter? That's why I told myself if it was one thing I had to do for me was to be at peace with stuff and let it go for myself. I had to get to that point for myself. I'm totally happy in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and have a conversation with whoever, whenever, whatever, about whatever. I'm free from that. Now that I got to that point, I don't have a care in the world. If it ain't gonna mess with my bag or my kids, don't bring it to my door. I don't care what it is. If it's about a trinket from 3 years ago, baby, if you found it, keep it. I don't have that. You got to come to a point where you just want peace. And that's where I'm at. Listen, ain't nobody finna come in and disturb my peace. You got some mess? Oh, okay, you take that across the street because you're not messing with my peace. I sit at home naked in the corner praying before I let somebody mess up my peace. And I think when people get to that point, they're like, okay, I'm being petty.
But when do you come to that point of you knowing that you just being petty?
Man, you know what?
Because when did you come to that point outside of your mind?
I started to feel stupid.
Okay.
Because I'm talking about outside yelling, no shoes on. People looking like, oh, her, what happened? Ain't nobody came to my house. I'm just outside yelling because I'm that mad.
Oh,
No
okay.
shoes on, walking around the hood, yelling, screaming. I had to tell myself, like, what are you doing? Let's stop and
You
pause
gonna catch
here.
cold. Get it now.
Girl, what are you doing? Then I'm like, I ain't gonna be with nobody else. I'd have had all these kids by this man. Lord, oh Lord, he did, but girl, that ain't never been a problem.
Do you
Not
think
never.
like some bitterness from baby mamas or baby daddies come from like knowing that it's going to be a financial strain? Like
That
person can
possibly
be
could
successful
be.
without me, or we
That
had more
possibly
together.
could be. That could
Mhm.
be. That was never an issue for me because I've always been stubborn when it come to that.
Mhm.
I don't ask people for nothing.
Mhm.
I gotta be down on my wits to even call and ask my mama for something. I just never been that person. I get out here and work 3 jobs. Oh, you finna leave? Bye.
Yeah.
And
Well, you
'cause I'm
definitely have
always gonna have a
independent
stash.
individuals though,
yeah, I'm gonna always have a stash in the corner.
but that's not everybody.
That's
though.
not
I
everybody.
definitely, from what we see on Facebook,
Mhm.
we see a lot of you out here living your best life.
Right.
You out here buying Gucci, new cars with your new bitch and all of it. And then they talk about a lot of materialistic stuff. So it's like, are you upset because the money is
right.
gone?
Like you ain't getting that no more. Or...
Right. So like, what is it?
And see, that could be, but
I
and
can see
that takes me back to you secure your own bag. So when a man do leave, you ain't losing nothing. And I got that mind frame right now so tough it bothers people. I'm like that. You okay. Like
As you
okay.
should have. I think we all should have that though.
Like my
Man or
kid,
woman.
like Legend's dad, we got into it. He's like, I'm leaving. I'm like, bye. He took my laptop that he bought me, right? He took it. I'm like, this is the pettiest shit ever. I got on Amazon. You know what I did?
Bought another one.
By the time he came back, he said, where you get that from? Oh, I got one from Amazon.
Even if I have to afterpay it, sir, I still got one.
And I definitely afterpaid it.
Listen.
But guess what?
Hey,
I had a
free.
yeah. Oh, Klarna, yeah. Don't even. I'm still trying to recover from Christmas. Still trying. Shout out to
Sharnita
Sharnita
I
Smart.
ain't been messing with none of them.
Shout out to
Listen.
Sharnita, girl. Listen, for Christmas, I had to holler at them, but I'm almost done. I think I got 2 more payments and then I'm done. But I just made up in that mentality because when my husband left, I didn't have an income.
Really?
I was a housewife.
Oh,
So when you break up with somebody and they the breadwinner, and then you know what? But everything is a lesson because I'm like, now you know not to put all your faith in a person, woman, man, mama, daddy. You know to keep your own bag. I had to learn that the hard way, and I try to instill in my daughters like you don't want to ever be to a point where you gotta pick. Like, dang, what I'm gonna do now? I ain't got no money. Dang, what about my rent? Don't ever put yourself in that predicament. You should always be making enough money to have some, and then if somebody decide they don't want to mess with you no more, and that's just what that is. It's sad that you have to think about it, but people can just pick up and go. Wake up one day and be like, you know what? I ain't got time to be dealing with you. Bye, I'm gone. Or I found me a new chick. I'm out of here. You don't know what'll happen. And I keep telling them like, independent. You have to be independent first before you can be with somebody.
That's what goes for men too.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
a lot of men, especially where we from, live with their parent. And then when they move out with their parent from their parents' home, they're moving into
a woman's
house.
So they ain't never had no type of independence.
Yeah.
You're right.
Don't know how to go out and apply for an apartment, or don't know nothing about credit, or just rely on women for
everything.
that
But
stability.
that's filling the void of a mom.
Yep.
And I have to tell people like, look, I'm not trying to be your mama. I got enough sons I gotta raise. I'm not trying to finish raising you. If you need that, you go back to your mama house. You better come to me as a man, or I don't know what to tell you, because I'm not here to do none of that. And people, they take that the wrong way. Why, as a man, are you taking that the wrong way? What happened to courting somebody? What happened to that? What happened to being the head of the household? All that is gone. Then they wonder why we get in the mode where we the head of the household and you're not going to come in and mess up what I got going on.
Yeah.
And see, that also goes with, being with women mostly being that stability.
Yeah.
You wake them up for school. I don't take my kids to school. I don't pick their ass up. But, it's everything it falls on you.
It does.
If, he decide, I'm just going to speak on my situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sunday, so I'm trying not to cuss.
We've been doing really good.
Yeah.
I think we said the
She
last
said
one.
MF one.
It was cuss
Yeah,
words
and I
flying
said
out the
the B
window.
word.
It's okay because
we
before
doing pretty good.
we was
so
cussing flying out
it's
the window.
Sunday. I've been in a funk for a minute, and so I'm trying not to cuss stuff.
Mhm.
But that Joker, he will say, "Oh, I'm going out of town such and such day."
Mhm.
Who picking the kids up from school?
You stopping
Because
my
that's your
routine.
job.
You stopping my routine.
So, and who taking the kids to school? Because I
Right.
start at 8:00, and if I have an appointment at 8 for all these days that you're gonna be gone, now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get them to school.
Yeah.
And
Because you decided
that's a
Without
selfish move.
communicating.
You
That's
know
a
what?
selfish
Selfish,
move.
yes.
Exactly.
That's
So
a
that's what I
selfish
call
move.
part-time parenting, because they feel like naturally they feel like they have the option to do whatever. But us, we have to think about every
Everything.
step we gonna make
Yeah.
before we make it. We have to plan for everything.
You're right.
They don't have
Well,
to plan.
dang.
And I'm not trying to like, downplay him as a father, because he is a very good father. Ask your daddy. Ask your talk to your daddy. Ain't got nothing
You
to
need
do
what?
with me.
Call him.
Mhm.
Call him
There
up
he
and ask
asks him,
him.
and there he goes.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, men feel like naturally she got it.
That's the woman's
Yeah.
job, in a sense.
She got it. But
Yeah.
then when with that comes, for me, with that is, if all this falls on me,
Mhm.
making doctors and dentist appointments, and making sure the shoes still fit and the
Yeah.
clothes still fit.
Yeah.
Okay, you buying it, but I have to pay attention to that.
That's
Yeah.
right. And
You
that's
know,
the thing.
I
You
have
so
to make
right.
sure somebody hair combed.
You so right.
And thank God for my mama, because she,
Shout out to Miss
she
Nora.
comes, she
I
comes
love me
through,
some
comes through. She
I'm
love
sorry,
them
Miss
kids.
Sheridan. She's like, it's Miss Sheridan, not Miss Nora. I'm sorry, Miss Nora. I'm sorry, Miss Sheridan. But yeah, you're definitely right. And that's so true, because I say that all the time. Like, me getting here today, I had to make sure Legend had somewhere to be. Someone was there to watch him because he had to work, which I get that. But it ain't never a second thought, because guess what? He know I'm going to handle it.
Exactly.
Regardless. Regardless. He know I'm going to handle it. And I was telling somebody that, like, y'all feel like we take, control because we have to.
We were
We have
born to do that.
We're born to do
What
that.
I was gonna say is, if you feel like you have that option and that's how you want to operate, you have to come through financially.
Mhm.
You have to. You
Yes.
can't be like,
yes.
and for people who live together, who of course, it's like you're the mom, you're the woman of the house, you're responsible for all of this, and he's supposed to be the head of the household.
Mhm.
Then I shouldn't be splitting rent with you.
Absolutely. Oh, you want me to do all
Some
the
gotta
house?
give.
Baby, pay these bills. I swear to God, you won't have to ask me for nothing.
And that's always an issue.
Yeah,
And if you not,
it is.
I am not. If I feel like I have this role and then I gotta pay bills too, ain't too much you can tell
and this
me.
is my whole thing. Where does the point come before you say, "Dang, I know she overwhelmed"? Because for one, I'm paying bills. I'm making sure the baby gets to daycare. I'm giving him a bath every night. I'm making sure he eats. I'm making sure this is done. I'm making sure he got clean clothes, socks, do.
And the household, and your needs,
and
Right.
your job.
On top of
Right.
you want some of that me time too.
Right. You want
That-
some of
that
that me time. I got the busted wide open as well. So I'm always on duty. I'm on night watch, day watch, middle day watch. Even when I'm at home at work, I tell my daughters all the time, even when I'm at work, I'm still a mom.
Yeah.
Because if I'm getting school phone calls or you gotta have this, and my daughter, she in college, I got to send you $20 so you can go to the gas station, get some chicken. It's a never-ending cycle. Because before you ask daddy, you gonna come to mama first. Now, if I say no, then you might ask your daddy, but it's always mama. And I keep telling them that, like, even if I want to have some me time, they be looking at me like, you finna go do what? Like, I don't deserve no me time. But I promise myself all 22 is self-care.
Yeah.
I
I've been
train my
completely
kids
selfish.
to ask their daddy first.
There you go.
Ask your daddy.
Like I do,
Everything. I be like, ask your daddy. I ask Addison all the time. You got $5? Can you make me a grilled cheese with jelly? You got $5?
I know that's right. You gotta
Can I
train
get some
them.
Robux? Ask your daddy.
Oh, for sure. That
He
game.
said no. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
for
That's your
sure.
business.
Listen, my kids thought they was getting a PS5 for Christmas, and they kept saying, "Well, you know the PS5 this and the P." I said, "Have you asked your dad? What? He would be more likely to buy you a game system than me. So why you asking me? Because I'm easier to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's whatever when we go to dance, but we ain't gonna ask daddy for nothing. We gonna stay out the way. Let's ask mama. I literally sit my phone here all day. Y'all see how many texts I get? Mom, 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 mom. 5 phone calls. Hey, mom, guess what, mom? Can I, mom? Where's this at, mom? When do it come to a point where I deserve a break too? And that's what I'm saying. It's never gonna be equal. And I can't say I recommend. I commend men that do it. You know, it's some dudes that take care of their kids.
Yes.
You know
Let's
what I'm
give
saying?
them a
Have
shout
their
out,
kids
yes.
full time.
Mine
Shout out to
do.
y'all.
He's really good. He's really good. Because
That's
I'll be like,
No, I'm talking about the ones that have them 24/7.
oh, no.
There's no mom in place.
Yeah,
I
that's
commend
not
y'all for doing it because
Because it ain't easy.
So
It
y'all
ain't
should
easy.
understand our
Parenting
plight.
ain't easy, period.
Parenting ain't.
I mean,
And I thank God because I have a kid in college, and one is moved to Arizona. I'm not a granny yet. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody been a felon or went to jail over no dumb stuff. I've done very well, but everybody think back like, dang, I could have did this differently.
Absolutely.
Nobody comes from a perfect parenting household,
Mhm.
whether there was 2 parents or not. You know what I'm saying? But I take it in stride, like, okay, I'm doing something right. But at the same time, I know some days I be snapping. But it's because I'm constantly on mommy road. There isn't a break for me. And I just think back to my mom when I was pregnant with Alyssa. She's like, you know, it ain't about you no more, right?
Yeah.
And it hasn't been since that day. I haven't had a moment where I'm not on the phone sending money or making a dinner or ordering somebody a DoorDash or something. I'm like, it is really a never-ending cycle.
Would you have your kids later in age?
I absolutely would not have.
You would not.
Absolutely. If I wouldn't have had this new baby that's about to be 2 this year, I would have been scot-free.
Oh,
because my baby before him will be 10.
I didn't have Aiden until I was 27.
Yeah, I didn't have Carter until I was
So
30.
y'all, yeah.
And I was like ready
at 37. Was I 37 when I had him? Yeah. But his
we
dad,
have a legend popped out. I said, wait a minute.
His dad is 8 years
I
younger
don't
than
remember
me.
seeing her pregnant.
His dad is 8 years younger than me. So this is his first child.
Oh.
You know, and now I'm just looking like.
Listen,
now I'm just looking
she was
like,
busting it wide open for that 8 years younger
I
than
said,
her.
I hope you don't want no more kids. This is a one and done.
Well, he got a boy. So
you know, I was shocked that I got pregnant because I just knew my sister was like, girl, sit down somewhere. I was like, oh,
mine
I
for sure
hope you-
like sit down. Ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing moving.
Yeah, and it was like that. I had, and actually, you know, my ex-husband, he got a vasectomy after I had my first son.
Shout out to the vasectomies.
Can
we normalize vasectomies? Let's talk about that for a second.
Let's normalize it, because I'd rather them do it than us.
Listen.
And that's the thing. Men need to be educated
Exactly.
on
It's the
that.
same
I agree.
thing.
No,
They're just
nobody
blanks.
ever wants to talk about that. And it's like, you got I'm just gonna round it up to 30-minute procedure. You don't gotta get knocked out.
No, you get a little bitty maxi pad, like that big.
And
it's like this big.
you know, that's it. And in most cases, it is reversible. It is harder to have children if you get it reversed, but at the same time, when you're doing it, you're at a point where you don't want any more children. Now, you know, they sterilize some women in jail. I haven't heard of them sterilizing men, but some men should be forced to be.
I agree.
I agree.
I remember one
I agree with
judge doing that for a man. It wasn't here. It was like down south somewhere. But he had like 37 some children.
That's
37.
You know, you get
that's 35.
yeah.
Right. And it's just like, no, you're not having any
you
more
don't have
kids.
the financial stability
Right.
to take care of these kids.
But I'm sure
You
he
don't have
won't
the
take care of them
time.
at all.
And that's where it
You
came
don't have
from.
the time,
Mhm.
the space.
No, definitely not the funds. 37 kids.
And
That's-
every last one of the kids, their mother, and it was like single kids. So it was like 37 different women. It was not no double kids to one woman.
So I want to say, woman number 6. Did you know it was 5 other ones before you?
And I was curious about that too. Like, you ain't know.
You number 37. You don't know about these 36 other chicks.
Unfortunately, they don't sometimes.
I agree. You do
And you
have.
to
Well, I
understand
guess
it's-
if you're not
it's
taking care of them and
it's
you're not in
hard
communication.
for a man to go put his penis in another woman. I can literally
Sounds
go
like
by
fun.
one girl house, sleep with
Sounds
her.
like fun.
4 hours later, go to another girl house, sleep with her. Later on that night, hook up with another girl.
And
that
I
night,
get it, but
and all
this is
three of them
the
can
moral
be
of this story is condoms. Stop being so trustworthy
You
of these
have-
people.
and all three of them can get pregnant the same day.
See, no.
And
And then you have to
Mhm.
take men have to take responsibility for their reproductive system just as
I
as
agree.
we do.
I agree.
My best friend and I have
Mhm.
been together for 7 years.
Mhm.
You know, and her time is up. And I'm not getting a new best friend, Morena.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. So if we gonna be together, you gonna get a vasectomy.
Right.
This is what I'm telling him. You either gonna get a vasectomy or you not. We ain't doing nothing.
I know that's right.
I'm
You're
not
not
When do
having
you
having
have
them.
to sacrifice?
I am
We
not
already got
having
had
no
a baby.
more kids. I'm not.
She mean that
you're
from
not-
her soul.
Right. But you're not willing to use
I
condoms.
don't want to use no condom. Don't
I
touch
agree.
me.
Everybody want to feel some warm meat.
Yeah,
Let's just
I'm-
be honest. Everybody want a warm beef Polish on a winter day.
Once you've done it wrong,
Like, come
go
on,
back
let's
to
be
a
real,
condom.
guys.
I agree. Going
Yeah.
back to a condom. Like,
We've
I don't
been
even like the
together
smell
for-
of condom.
Forever.
For 13
But
years
that's when I say
now.
stop
I'm not
making
doing that.
us always the responsible party. Well, you should have
Exactly.
been on birth.
I'm
No,
not getting
go
my
get-
tubes tied.
Why don't they have
I'm
male
not
birth
going through that.
control? Why don't they have male birth
They
control?
They do.
They do. It's not talked about. It's
Really?
not talked
I
about.
didn't
It's
know
so
that.
taboo to
Contraceptive
talk
is definitely
to
not
talk
talked
about the male reproductive system and controlling it.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm getting some
Michelle
t-shirts
said,
that
yeah, I
made
want
that say
warm meat.
normalized vasectomies.
That's right. And
Normalized
I agree with that
vasectomies,
because
'cause-
once again we going back to being all on the woman. I'm pregnant. Well, why you didn't go get birth control? No,
Yeah.
why didn't you go
I
get a
don't want to have
vasectomy?
no more kids.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
definitely
don't
didn't
Then
want to
they
pull
make
out.
you, they make you feel bad about it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to jizz in me. Come on now. If you knew that I wasn't on birth control, you should have known better. And don't say your pull-out game weak because I'm tired of hearing that
Yes.
excuse.
Yeah, they
You know,
like
I don't know
saying
how to
that.
pull out.
It's expired.
Don't put it in. then.
Right.
Yeah,
Don't
let
put
it.
it in.
That's fine. Let it be fire. Jizz on my arm or something. But come on, if you know this is gonna come with a pack of Pampers, don't do it.
Ooh, them peppers.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Ooh,
I
that
can't
formula.
listen. I can't do it. You hear me?
Yeah.
I don't get that, but I didn't even know. That's how it's not televised. I didn't know it was
It's
male
not.
birth
They
control.
don't talk about that shit at all.
It's always. The
I
woman,
have
the
been
woman.
warned and threatened
Mhm.
on Facebook for saying normalized vasectomies
By Mark, huh? Mark be on
by the
that.
reptile. Yes.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes.
That's why she always in jail.
Yeah.
Cause I know you don't be doing nothing major like that to be
That's
put
what
in
I said.
Facebook
What the
jail.
hell did she do?
Yes. Warning. This goes against community standards. Vasectomize yourself too.
I know that's right.
I agree. Yes.
Vasectomies matter. If you want
They
this
don't.
warm thing on a winter night, you better listen. And that's my
Snip,
thing
snip,
too.
snip.
Right. It's always about us.
You snip? Okay.
Well, that's great. Everybody should get snipped, especially if you don't want the responsibility. Especially if you're gonna be out here on these Milwaukee streets.
Listen.
And you know
it's
you don't
still
want a
feel the
commitment.
same. You still can get it up and take you to pound.
And I
town.
think is that what the issue is? They feel like you shooting, but it's blanks.
A lot of them don't know that it's reversible.
lack of.
But why would you
information.
want to reverse that?
Because think about it. You get a vasectomy, if you normalize it, let's say you get a vasectomy when you turn 21, 22. That's when you're the biggest hoe of all hoes.
Mhm.
So between your 20s to your 30s, you out here just knocking them down left and right. Now you
Dusty
find the
dick.
woman that you want to
Dusty
spend the rest
dicks.
of your life with and be like, hey, I want kids with this woman. Because they don't know you can get it reversed, they think that now I've got this done.
Understood.
Well,
All you
Understood.
gotta do is
Hey y'all, hold on. We got a comment, and I would like everybody to respond. Rob O'Drama said, "No baby is born that a woman doesn't want." Did we say that?
No, we did
what
not
we
say
said
that.
Who
is
said that?
his name is Rob
here.
O'Drama.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. So basically, Rob, what we're saying, we're not saying that. We're saying though, if we come to you guys and we're pregnant, and you're not ready for a baby, what is the first thing y'all say? Oh, I didn't
Nobody
know.
is born that a woman doesn't
Here's
want.
$300.
That's not true.
It
either.
is not true because
That's
there
not
are
true.
different.
And what if the woman doesn't believe in abortion?
situations, Right. There are different situations that will make a woman not want a baby.
Exactly.
Serious
And then with
Exactly.
that statement, you still saying that the woman is solely responsible.
That's not right. That's not right. Like we saying it should be 50-50 in everything. If you get me pregnant and we come to a point where we saying we wasn't ready for a baby, then what? Who got to go and get the procedure done? You don't have to do nothing but stand there or pay, but who got to go through the
get
cramps
knocked
and
out.
the physical? Man, that I can imagine that's mentally damaging. Something you got to do because you didn't want to pull out or wear a condom.
And most abortions, the woman is awake.
Yes.
Now, having a gynecological exam in
Mhm.
itself is
It's
you know.
uncomfortable, and they try to
You
make
don't
it
wanna
seem like
do that.
it's like sex. No, it's not.
Not
now
cranking that
imagine
thing
having
up.
a life sucked out of you.
So here he goes again.
Nope,
He said
and
no.
She don't want the baby. The guy has 0 sex.
Really? What type of women you mess with, baby?
I understand what his POV is, but he's doing it from the perspective of if she gets pregnant, if she doesn't want the kid, but he does, she can terminate it if she wants to.
True.
And he has no say so.
Now, I disagree with that because once again, that's a 50-50 thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to really respect what he thinks. Not saying that you got to go with what decision,
Right,
but you do
right.
have to take
Taking
some.
into consideration.
Yeah, because that is it. You definitely right about that. We agree. That's not what we saying though. We saying that y'all should be more responsible on y'all ends
Exactly.
to maybe have a condom or a better pull-out game or some birth control. That's what we saying. Because if we get pregnant, then guess who's sitting up in the clinic? Us, not y'all.
Especially if it's already been mentioned, talked about,
Yeah.
whether y'all laying in the bed, sitting on the couch, eating spaghetti at the dinner table,
Right.
that we don't want any more kids. I don't want any more kids. You don't want any more kids. And then that oops up happened.
Exactly. Exactly.
Here
He
we
said
are.
that's not reality. He said that's not reality.
Well, it depends on the type of individual.
Well,
It
it can be
does.
reality if more men decided to take responsibility for their reproductive system.
That's right.
It
If
can be
people have the
reality.
conversation,
There is
if
birth
they're not
control for men. There are options to stop you from creating life.
And we are just saying that, Mr. Rob, that it becomes the woman's responsibility. And I wouldn't feel bad if a woman didn't ask the opinion. If she makes it clear to you that she doesn't want any more children and you choose to do this, that, and the other, or come in her and then she pregnant, well, then I do feel like she should just go off and do what she want to do in that case. Because you putting her in a position she didn't want to be in the first place.
Rob, are you willing to take male birth control or get a vasectomy? Has that ever been a thought for you?
And absolutely, like Michelle said, those are conversations that should be had before, prior to sex.
And that's
If we
probably
ain't on the same
I
page
agree.
prior to sex, we're not having sex.
I agree.
Yeah, and a
Because
lot
it's
of
all
people-
about sex.
a
Like,
lot
we're
of
going to
people
just
not
go
having-
excuse my
a
French.
lot of people not having those conversations. They ain't even
Oh, no,
having.
his comment about to come, his reply,
I
y'all.
have one child. I had to threaten my BM not to abort. My son, only child, is 18.
You was
So
having
he
the wrong. The
threatened.
baby by the wrong.
Yeah, I was like, you got two children.
You
have
definitely,
to choose.
and that's another situation
And-
that goes along with bitter baby mama, baby daddy. You have to choose the person that you choose to be with or have a child with, but then that also goes into you truly don't know a person because people are sheeps in wolf clothing.
And that's it. You don't want to, and that's the thing. You having a baby by somebody you barely know. So you getting to know this chick or this man. Meanwhile, there's a baby. There's a baby. So now you tied to this person for 18 years.
Yep.
We as people, I'm gonna say black, white, green, we need to choose people better. We end up lusting after folks, we get in these situations, and then oh, woe is me. Here come, the end of the world. No, you put yourself in this predicament because you should have made a better choice. I tell my kids all the time, listen, your choices have consequences, whether they be good or bad. So you need to make the best choice. Don't get caught up in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to live with those consequences. That's what happens.
That's why.
And then look, now you
said
said you had to threaten her, but why would you have to threaten her? Y'all weren't in a relationship. Like, I'm trying to understand. She
Right.
must didn't want no more kids.
Is this her first child too?
Let's see if he responds to that. That's kind of interesting. I don't really know.
Right. How were y'all relationship to where she felt like abortion was the best option?
Or maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was just a sneaky link gone bad. Unfortunately, most kids come from that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of
Absolutely.
kids that come from side chicks. That's a messed up situation you're putting a child in. And that's what I said. You got to think about it. You bringing a child into the world, it's no longer about y'all. Because now y'all got a co-parent.
Hey, my mama told me when I was very young, because I called my daddy trying to lay on her. She said, because I'm like, What the hell going on? He like, get out, and she like, no, stay in. And she told me, she said, every time you lay with a man, you give him a piece of your soul.
Absolutely.
That's why I stayed a virgin for as long as I did, because I took that very literally as a child.
And see,
When she said that to me, I imagined my soul leaving my body,
Mhm.
piece and piece at a time.
That's something else.
But
It's the truth.
what that really says is you letting somebody into your being,
That's
they in
right.
your mind.
It's a soul tie.
You know,
It's a soul tie.
And that's why they
It
say
is.
sex is really something that joins a person, because it's bodily fluid, it's the love, and it's all
And
of
that-
that's supposed
and
to be sacred.
And it's not sacred no more, because I've never in my life, and I'm not gonna, I've been called a prude before. I've never had a one night stand.
me.
I've never literally had sex with somebody.
I'm lying.
I mean, I'm not gonna say a one night stand. I've had casual sex partners before, but most of the time, if I'm having like raw sex, it's somebody I'm in a relationship
Oh
with.
yeah, most definitely.
Oh, raw
You know what
sex,
I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah, and I've never
But
had one of those.
stands I've had.
I've never had a one night stand. I've never had somebody that I didn't go back to a second or third or fourth time. I've never had a one night stand. They never called a person, which is cool. Everybody got their own. But what if that person what if y'all get pregnant fucking around on a one night stand, and then you want her to have a baby? I don't know if this is a situation, but then she get pregnant, you threaten her to have a kid. I don't know you.
He responded. She was 17. I was 18. We were together for a year. Her and her mother wanted her to focus on college.
Well,
Young. Anyway,
Anyway.
that is true.
right, you can't be mad at
Yeah.
that.
Like,
I
man,
mean,
believe me, the struggle at that age is
Is-
beyond real.
So he,
That's tough.
That's tough.
I could see her
Not
plight in
wanting
that.
it. Right.
I could see her
Absolutely.
life was just beginning.
Right.
But that's where y'all have to be more responsible as kids.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
Because
Because y'all
I
were
had a baby
kids.
young too, and that alters your whole future. Because once again, she got to put her goals on hold to take care of this baby. So in that instance, y'all both responsible. There's nothing I
Yeah.
can say about that. Y'all should have took better means of sex, birth control.
How are
But
y'all relationship now, Rob?
They probably don't talk because the baby 18 now. That's the best, boy. When them ring a bell when them kids turn 18, I'm like, yes, sir. Out the door you
My
go.
whole thought process now is your child is the age that you make this decision. How would you feel if that son now has a kid on the way?
Yeah.
I feel you. And you'll be like, you messing up your life. Don't do that. And I told, my mom had a baby. She had my brother at 18. I had my daughter at 18. So it's like, okay, this is a generational curse. I had to pray to break that mold from my daughters because it's obviously a generational curse. And I'm not sure if my grandma had kids young. I think she did because my grandma was married at like 15, 16.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a generational curse. You got to start praying over your kids and asking for better. And I said this before, I think I accepted it. Like, if my kids get pregnant at this age, I can't be mad because my mama dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? I want better for them. But at the same age, they 18. What can I tell them?
Right. That's that age where they swear they already grown.
But the kicker is by me having a small baby, here, babysit. I'm going to show you what you don't want for your life.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'm going out of town. Here you go. Here go your brother.
Yeah.
Have fun. I bet you now they be like, I ain't having no kids. I don't want no kids.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
the
Go
best
live
example.
your life. You don't want to. Then you tied to that man. You're tied to that person. Until that baby can communicate for himself, you're tied to this person. Then you tied to their mama and their grandmama. I ain't got time for that. I done been through it. Don't want to do it again. I don't have time.
15 years tied to a person you barely knew for that.
You barely knew. That's why, I'm all for
Or you
popping your
thought you
kitty
knew.
cat, but just be safe about it. Be safe. Now I'm just like, you just get older and you change. But then at the same time, I'll be like, I really want to wild out. But then I sit back and think about, like, do I really want to wild out?
Too old to have a hope.
I don't know.
Says
about
who
that.
though?
I don't know about that.
When
When it's too old to have.
Right.
And who said hoe phase? Who said anything about
Right.
being a hoe?
So
I
when
know
it's
plenty
I'm telling you.
women our age
that's living their best life.
I know
it's the
older
moment
women
of living their
in their
best life.
50s that want to pop in. I be looking like, do your thing.
I mean, I think that,
I mean,
that it
if
should
you're
be
doing
He
the
said that's nasty.
responsibility responsibly,
right.
Right.
that ain't none of my business.
I definitely think it
that ain't
comes
none
with
of my
responsibility, and then also like how you go about it. Like and this is just my own opinion. When you're because we see it when you're 50 and 60 or whatever, and you're walking around with the skinny jeans and the bustiers and let's figure this out, because I can understand you want to you're trying to get back to that, still got our groove back, but let's, in a sense, and once again, this is my own opinion, let's do it respectfully.
Let's wear clothes
Correct
that
them
come.
wigs,
First
man.
of all, listen, I'm so tired of wigs. I just told myself I'm done with wigs.
Your lace is lifting.
Listen, and I'm done with that. Y'all go and pay all that money, and I see you 3 days later and it's lifted. I don't get the concept. Somebody help me with that concept. But listen, this is what I was gonna say. If you're gonna do that, just wear stuff that compliment your body shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and her barely spoke during the co-parents, and now that he grown, we don't talk anymore. Well, y'all were
Well,
young.
Yeah, that's tough.
I just
Yeah.
want to be
But what about when
free.
y'all have grandkids? You wanna be there for your
definitely
grandkids?
altered
Her life.
her life. So I can see her not wanting to be.
Well,
That's
as
a
long
tough
as you
one.
being a good dad, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Rob. I don't really know. You know, we're not here to pass judgment. It's messed up though. I will say that.
life happens.
Life happens. It happens to all of us. You know, I had a 10-year-old. I would have been scot-free. Now I have a 1-year-old. Life happens.
I definitely
Nah.
commend those who have multiple baby mothers and multiple baby daddies, though, and dealing with all of the different personalities and parents.
It ain't easy.
I bet.
It's not. Well, you know what? I can say that legends, I don't deal with them
Mm-hmm.
because I'm older. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
feel like I just handle it on my own. I don't have to interact with them. And it's just like I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't interact. It's different because I'm older, I think.
Yeah.
But now I just do what you do.
I definitely think a lot of like the new relationship from that ex-partner
Mm-hmm.
plays into the bitterness too. Like
Absolutely.
that you got a new bitch.
And bitterness,
She
you
better
know,
like my daughter.
and this is my thing too. Oh, you got a new girlfriend? Okay, well, long as you know, I tell my kid, long as you respect her, if she put your hands on you, that's a different story. But you
Mhm.
respect her, you listen to her,
Mhm.
and that's the end of it. I shouldn't have no issue with that. I used to, now I do not.
Mhm.
I'm free from a girl. Hey, you want to come over? I made a pork chop. You want a pork chop? Oh, okay. Y'all have fun. Have a good weekend. Be safe. I ain't got.
Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't got
I'm
none
just
of
like,
that.
let that relationship be established before you
Mhm.
introduce my kids.
So
to
I
this
was about to
person.
say,
and I
so-
want to know who this person is too.
Right.
But we need to have an understanding. If you gonna come here and
That's
You
right. Now
know,
that stuff, I feel like
if
you need
gonna
to
be
ask
if
permission
you want
for.
to be a stepmama,
Mhm.
listen, calm their hair because I don't want to.
But my whole thing is
But-
ask for permission because some people
Yeah.
are real funny about that. Or you call my daughter, ask for permission just because you don't know what you walking into. Just ask for permission. Hey, she over here, you know, she was having fun with the kids. Her hair got messed up. Is it okay that I comb her
I
hair?
definitely like the ask part.
Yeah.
I truly respect that.
Because
Like,
you don't want nobody to get offended.
Right,
You
right.
just don't want somebody, and I've seen it. I've been that person.
Mhm.
Don't. What you trying to say? Her hair wasn't combed right. What you trying to say?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? Oh, you trying to say my daughter hair wasn't combed?
Mhm.
It can get nasty. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore, guys. I used to be. I'm telling y'all from experience. I was the bitter. I don't want to call myself an ex baby or a baby mama.
Well, you
I
were
was
the
a bitter
ex-wife. Yeah.
I was bitter. I was, and I can say that now because I'm free from it. But I was. What you mean? Who? What? When? Why you do that? You didn't have to give him a pair of drawers. He came with drawers.
Yeah.
I was one of those. Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
all right.
You got some drawers.
It's all right. What you mean? He came up. I packed 2 packs of Toy Story. Why he got on these Mega Man drawers? Where's his drawers? Y'all trying to say he brought dirty drawers over there? You know, stuff like that. Just being petty.
Your son like Mega Man, you just don't know it.
Yeah, right. He told me he liked Mega Man. So I'm like, oh, what y'all trying to say? His drawers wasn't good enough? But some people think like that. I'm just saying, do whatever to make the situation
better and
better.
work for
And
everybody.
in a perfect world. I could see myself, we all, you know, at a birthday party, all getting along. And we have been that. We have been going to birthday parties collectively. Everybody get along, everybody doing their thing because we grown. And it's like, what's the point of being mad here? We here for the kids.
Especially if the kids is the main focus.
And that's exactly. If you still worried about who he porking or who she porking, that's where the problem comes in because y'all still caught up in each other. Well, y'all know each other ain't good.
I
Pork-
was
Pork
just
is
getting
from the
ready to
80s.
say,
Y'all
like,
remember
what the hell?
Porky's
No.
movies?
I remember the movie Porky, but I don't remember using that as a.
I don't remember that movie.
Oh, well, hey, I don't look my age, okay?
That is true.
Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up unless y'all had any final remarks. This is my first time back since I got COVID. Thanks for everybody being so welcoming. I have so many guest co-hosts that have came in my inbox. I have some interesting shows coming up in the next few weeks. Black-owned businesses. We're looking for Black-owned businesses to come on. I have 2 here, but I'm looking for 2 more. If you're interested in coming on, featuring your business and info, feel free to inbox me. Next week, no, not next week. The
We
week
got the
after,
names.
I'll be having a guest, a stripper guest. Actually, he's having issues finding love.
Is
so
that when we coming back to? We got. The
I'm
names?
inviting you. Well,
I'll
she
come
is.
whenever I want to.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
she is. So feel free. But she was supposed to be a co-host, and she was acting funny, gonna comment on my page with the ugly face. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Why won't you be a co-host?
She is one.
I ain't
She
never
had
said
a
I
shirt
wanted
and
no
everything. I had shirts before.
I want a shirt.
I still got my shirt
I don't even
too.
know what them
I ain't
shirts
know if
say,
I
girl.
should.
I threw them away because they had COVID.
My
on them.
cousin, well, I'm pretty sure y'all probably know my cousin who does shirts. Luis Vasquez.
She got a real
Louise
cute
Vasquez?
logo
No,
and
shout her out though, because I could use her for some more.
Yes, those are my. Well, Rachel is my cousin.
How
and her
can I?
husband,
How
yes.
can I pin the comments?
Right.
Wait a minute.
That's
How
why I'm gonna
can?
have make your hoodie.
How can
Yes.
I want to pin the
You already
comment.
did,
I
right?
actually want to pin y'all business
Okay.
pages, and then I want to pin your cousin for t-shirts.
Yes, Luis Vasquez,
every-
printing company.
So every session I do, I want to shout out a Black business.
Don't
I
pin
also
my
wanna-
personal page.
No, give me your business info. I absolutely want to interview the V Spot. I think it's Miss Kim or Miss Kendra, but I would actually like to feature her too. And then also Vontina Gifts and Treasures. Shout out to her. I do want to do a spot on her too because she has a really dope shop.
Oh,
in
I never.
Butler.
I never.
And I went, and it's
What does she sell?
everything you could think of.
Okay.
A little knockoff designer, everything.
Okay,
But
okay.
she's real nice lady. So I was gonna shout her out. I'm gonna start pinning these in the comments. I don't know how to pin though, but I'm gonna figure
Tom,
it out.
help us
Can
out.
you help me pin? I want to pin some stuff. And then also, shout out to Venue 2845. That is actually my brother-in-law spot. I'm gonna shout him out on the Black-owned business. I'm gonna try to get him some business. He actually has a spot on 27th. He's turned it into a party venue. The
Oh.
360 camera, all that. So shout out to Jose and Picola Bates. Shout out to y'all. Anybody else? Like I said, leave me an inbox. if
Shout
you'd like
out to
be
the new
featured.
barbecue place on 50 something in North
That-
Avenue.
What is that
Yes,
place?
I
Hey, you know
heard.
what? Are y'all
Oh.
friends with Terry Jackson? Yo,
Ask
shout
Janae.
out-
Y'all
shout
know
out to-
Janae.
who is that?
She work at Skybox.
Shout out to Terry Jackson. He's actually one of my Facebook friends. He goes around and he reviews all the restaurants in Milwaukee. And he actually did
My friend does that too. Tabitha Bates.
really okay.
Sweet Treats by Tab.
Sweet Treats. Who is that?
On Blow Radio. Trees Green.
Yeah,
Well,
y'all
he
check
did a
that
review
spot
and he
out.
said the ribs are like fall off the bone.
Yeah.
Okay, because
She-
that's what we need in the city. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
She said the macaroni and cheese. Tabitha
And it's
said
on
the macaroni
56
and
North,
cheese
so-
is the macaroni.
Oh,
and
you
cheese.
know what? It's probably next to Tone Shop. Showing out. Is that the barbershop? you
I
said on
think
the-
it's
Oh,
on that
yeah,
block.
It's on that,
probably over
yeah.
there.
But they sell out.
Okay, so it's
What
another.
Domino's?
No,
You
you're
too
going
far
down
down.
too far
We
down.
on
We're
North.
up.
Family Dollar, barbershop, furniture store.
The
Yeah.
furniture store used to
Yeah.
be Scene One.
Scene One. What happened to Scene One?
I don't know. They just abruptly closed down.
Hey, we shouting out all Black businesses. Also, I am planning a speed dating event. Y'all holler at me. I got so many plans for Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm definitely planning it. It's gonna be a venue to
I
2845.
see. I'm nervous. I want to do speed dating.
Well, I absolutely need a host.
I host it.
Are you single and ready to mingle? Is the question.
I can host.
I definitely, dog. I'm
I'm
serious.
too mean. I can't.
I really didn't get a lot of feedback from it. But I'm gonna post it again. But I'm definitely looking to do speed dating, and I'm looking
For
to do
real,
it. I'm
for
looking to
real.
do it for the singles Valentine's weekend.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that'll be really dope while I'm off for the weekends. I think I'm gonna do it. My sister, they already talked to them about it. I got the venue.
Okay.
I just need the people in the spot. I'm looking for at least 50 people, so it can be 25 on each side.
Oh, okay.
So we need 25
That's-
men,
yeah.
25 women. The building can hold 500. Thank you. Yeah, well, we gonna make sure
They're gonna be
COVID
light
tests and all
skin,
that.
dark skin, so it's gonna be.
But yeah, and I'm thinking,
Bring the
I'm
Mexicans.
bring whoever. Tell them to bring the tacos.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Three tacos, margaritas.
Yeah, tell them to
Bring
bring
a
the.
couple of white dudes that like black women.
Hey, long as
That'll
they
work.
single,
Listen.
because I don't need nobody.
I
wives
don't want
and husband
nobody
blowing
coming
up
to
the
me as a
spot.
woman.
Thank you. And it
Nobody.
will be. It will
Not
be.
come to me as a
Do
woman.
that anyway.
It will be security enforced.
Do
I'm gonna
not
have my
come to
baby
me as a
daddy at the
woman.
door,
They
so
gonna do
don't
everything.
think
If
for
you live
once.
with your mama, don't worry.
No, we gonna do application screenings. Okay, we need proof that you got your own lease because we ain't picking up nobody.
Get 25
No, I
We'll
I
see.
was literally about to say that.
But now that I shouted that out, y'all please spread the word about the speed dating. I will post it. I actually have the
yeah, give us the
flyer.
flyer.
I have the flyer in my phone. They just looking for me for the people to date in the time, and the tickets will be $25. There's also a bar. There'll be open bar.
Open bar?
Yep, and I'm
Who paying for that?
Don't worry about that.
All
And
right,
I'm
let me
seeing,
mind my business.
I want to have somebody donate some liquor, so I'm working on some stuff. I'm working on that, but I really do need some feedback because I'm trying to do the speed dating event. What up, y'all? What up, Milwaukee? I know
She's trying to
somebody's
play
single out here.
Cupid. That's what she's trying to do. She's
Listen.
trying to play Cupid.
Listen, it's whatever. Everybody need love. All right, don't start no karaoke up in here. Also, I'm looking for a makeup artist. I need somebody to tag up a makeup
Listen,
artist.
for the longest, I was
Myra,
like,
I have
I was
Myra.
saying that because I didn't know that meant makeup artist.
For real, I need
Really?
one. What is it?
Slow.
Just say MUA.
MUA.
Oh, it ain't a
Yeah.
moi. I
No,
thought it was
it's
a
not.
moi.
I thought it
I've
was too,
been
dude.
saying moi
I
this
did
whole
too.
time. See, I done
need
came
a-
up with my own thing. A moi. I'm looking for a makeup artist, so yeah. I'm
Tyra,
looking.
I can
I got a makeup artist.
Tyra,
Cool.
my friend.
But if y'all
Nicole.
know of anybody, please tag them in the comments. We're
Myra,
gonna try to
sorry.
pin we're gonna pin my girls' businesses, and we also gonna pin the t-shirt. The
Absolutely,
t-shirts.
absolutely.
Yeah. So all right, we can wrap it up until next time, y'all.
And we going skating, so meet us at Butler on, right?
Oh, when y'all going to Butler?
At
Y'all
three
going to
o'clock.
Butler?
I don't know.
At
I don't
3
know how to
o'clock.
skate.
Listen,
If
we
I
doing
fall,
this
we
every-
going home.
I plan on doing this with my children every Sunday because